Spinning, done.
What up, y'all? It's Michael Shawn, and I know you want to be a podcaster. You want a successful podcast. You want to give your views and opinions, but you just don't know how to do it correctly. That's why you got to hit up ShawnyScott.com. You want to be on radio, and you want to know how to build your radio career. ShawnyScott.com. She's done all of this. I've worked alongside her for years, and I will tell you the information that she can give you is on a value level that I can't even put a price on it. All you have to do is go to ShawnyScott.com. Your future, right now. That's it. Michael Shawn. Yeah. We the worst records, baby. We about to create a perfectly horrible song. Y'all know I've been in the gym, and now all I wear is tight shirts, yeah. Tight shirts, what? Tight shirts, yeah. Tight shirts,
Michael Shawn wears
tight shirts. Yes, I do.
Michael Shawn wears
tight shirts every day. I wear tight shirts because I'm working out some. And if I wear the right size, you won't see none of my little cuts in my arms or whatever. Short sleeve tight shirts in any type of weather. People talking trans when they see me in the street.
Your shirt's so tight, we can see your heartbeat.
Man, clown me if you want, I'm sticking to my guns. And when December comes, it's gonna be fun. You can crack jokes and treat me like a jerk, but one day you'll see my six-pack right through my shirt. And even if I wanted to, I just can't stop. I just might rock an Ezekiel crop top.
Whoa.
What? Did I take it too far? What?
Yes.
Whatever. Tight shirts in the morning at work and when I grieve. I even wear tight pajama tops when I sleep. Tight shirts. Tight shirts. Tight shirts. Yeah. Tight shirts. Come on. Tight shirts. Come on. Tight shirts. Come on. Tight shirts. Every day.
Mike Shawn wears
tight shirts. To the gym or wherever.
tight shirts.
Tight shirts, tight shirts, tight shirts, tight shirts, Michael Shawn and We the Worst Records, Pluto, Aristotle, and P Skills have just destroyed or created another perfectly horrible song. Yeah. Check out the next single, Grown Man Wearing Skinny Jeans.
That's it, bro. Mix it up, bro.
Don't never stop if you wanna be on top, yeah.
Tap in.
Yeah, welcome to Michael Shawn and the TakeOver Legends. You can tell Jay Black is producing today. He started to show off with a video. Like he just started.
It's like, wow, I missed it. I ain't heard it in a minute. So it's like, let's do something different.
I felt like we was really on the radio. We had to wait for a song to play before we started. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Shawnee Scott will not be joining us today. Well, she may join us later, but she's not on the show right now because she's cooking the crack. In other words, she's in the kitchen with the baking soda.
Trap house. She in the trap.
She in the trap making a product. All right, she's got an order that she has to complete. That's why that she has to do. So she's cooking the crack. The baking soda's in there,
right? Yes.
There are a bunch of people walking around with no shirts on. You know, remember New Jack City? Wasn't that just a bit too much? Everybody.
No, you have to make sure they don't steal nothing.
They had the wires on. Everybody had to.
That's funny. You gotta check. You gotta. Everybody gotta be naked. You gotta make sure.
Everybody gotta be naked. That's the only
Carter.
reason.
It was called the Carter. Wasn't the Carter? The Carter.
Yeah, New Jack City was ridiculous. The fact that they took a whole project building and turned it into like a drug facility, that was a lot. I don't know if that's
how it was in the 80s.
But I don't think they took over the whole project, like the whole building, like they took over. That's like 15 floors. Like something had a crack house with an elevator in it. All right. It is Friday Eve, which means it's Thursday. Mo, how was your night last night? Did you sleep, first of all? Did you get any sleep? And I would like to know how many hours of sleep.
Sleep a mother effing wink. Do you understand me? Not even an hour.
Why?
I missed my window. Like I was good. I was like, it's going. I'm falling asleep. I'm falling asleep. It's like 11 o'clock. I'm good. Land in the plane. We land in the plane, and then all of a sudden, my phone rings. You up? What you doing?
People don't understand who struggle with sleep. The window. There's a window, especially when you take medication. There's a window.
What is she on a plane? What window? Get out the car.
Like when you take the medicine, when I take my medicine, there's like a 20-minute window.
Yes.
Where you got to close your eyes and let that shit kick in, and you got to work with the medicine and go to sleep.
Yes.
If you pass the window, and I don't know how long, how long Mo's been taking her medicine, but I've been taking medicine to go to sleep for like 15 years. If you pass the window, it's over.
It's over. You're just up for no reason.
And I don't care what you do. I don't care if you have sex and you have 12 orgasms. You're still up.
There's nothing.
Oh wait, even orgasm can't put you back down?
It won't even What? You know, frustration. That used to work. It don't work. Like I just be up like, you nasty, Mike.
So Mo, why not just do like Leah Frazier? Just turn your phone off, turn your volume off. Like if you know you get into that window, you need to go to sleep and you did your medicine, just shut it down.
My phone is still on vibrate. My mom called me, and I always answer for my mom because I never know if it's an emergency or something like that, right?
Yeah, you got to.
So you answer for your parents, and now I'm mad, but I really can't be mad because she doesn't know, and she's an hour behind me. You know, she's on Arkansas time, so she all jolly. It's 10 o'clock. Yeah, what you doing? I thought I was going to sleep.
Oh, people who can't sleep. Oh, I know y'all know the struggle. Mo, can you get on IG Live? Because Jay has an Android.
And so that's what's happening today. I am
in charge
to still get on. I still can't get on Instagram. I haven't been on Instagram in about 3-4 weeks now.
You still can't get back on? You can't
get back on. I've tried to upload it back onto my phone, and it's not cooperating. So I can't even get in my inbox on Instagram.
Man, Instagram is petty. You shut it down for a minute, and they were like, all right, you want to shut shit down? We're going to shut shit down.
You can shut it down. Good morning, Adrian, Trina. What up? Tam, Ashley, Nikki White Chocolate. Morning.
I'm surprised, honestly, Mo, and I'm not saying this to be fun. I'm surprised you're not an alcoholic.
I know.
You think liquor help us sleep or just take away stress?
No,
when you can't sleep.
When you can't sleep.
Like people don't get how much. Like there's a lot of reasons why I drink a lot, and but not sleeping is one of the most. Is like a big chunk of dogs.
Just close your eyes. See, your problem is y'all keep the TVs on and
you don't understand.
Just close your eyes.
I sleep in the dark. I sleep in the dark with. I have shit that is made to help you sleep. Like I'm talking about the dark. Like when I get up,
I'm listening to the music, to the rain music and stuff.
Okay.
That he listens to every night before they go to sleep. He goes to sleep in 2.5 minutes. Like he's good money.
That's how I am. Quick, fast.
Good money. 9 o'clock on the dot, he turns that music on, and then all of a sudden I hear snoring. Nothing. He's good.
Stacy, good morning.
No. The only thing I will suggest is this thing on YouTube called Sound Bath.
Mm-hmm.
And it's all these meditation things, and one of them is like they got specific things for each one of them. Now that's worked for me. Now I don't know, like I told you, I don't know how healthy it is that I sleep with that phone on my chest.
Work for you too? Ambien used to work for you.
Yeah, that's off the market. That's off the market.
That's a done deal.
Yeah, they were killing people.
Oh,
they said it was non-addictive. Go ahead, try and stop taking Ambien and see the detox you got to go through.
It's good sleep, but the side effects and the sleepwalking that you may incur,
getting in cars, driving to people's houses.
Yeah,
that Propofol.
Yeah, good. The Michael Jackson Propofol. I get it. Trust me, if I was Mike and I had access,
it sucks. I mean, yesterday I was like, I was good. I walked around encouraging everybody to fill on their boobs and everything, and then boom,
so did I. Yep, and then bam,
couldn't go to sleep last night.
You couldn't sleep. That sucks. But you look good. Like I know I wouldn't look like that if I didn't sleep all night.
I am so wired. This is so fake, and I'm not a morning person. As jolly as I am with y'all in the morning, I am not a morning person. So
you're not a morning person?
I am not. Like I get up mad early in the morning, but don't talk to me. Like don't.
Wow.
I
didn't know.
Sucks.
Wow.
We knew you were always running behind, but we didn't know that's the reason.
That was in the evening. damn
no,
you.
no chit chatting in the morning time. No morning sex either. Are you a morning sex person or no?
Well, that has nothing to do with my mouth. That has nothing to do with me talking to you.
Exactly.
You know, like
okay. Well,
you know what I mean? Like that has
it
nothing
could
to do
have
with
something to do with your mouth, but I'm just saying.
We're so childish. Okay.
I didn't know you really weren't, because you're always Miss Talkative. So I am shocked about that.
Yeah, no, I am not. In the morning, I prefer you to just stay
wow,
silent.
that's funny. And I can tell Jay Black's himself is just go straight to sleep. He don't, because he turns his brain off and don't give a fuck.
Yep.
Like I already know.
You're damn right.
So
It's
I
time
can't
for bed.
shut my brain
Turn the
off,
TV
Jay
off.
Black, like you.
Turn
I
it
cannot
off.
shut
Close
my
your
brain
eyes.
off, and I'm surprised because Jay Black, you're a Virgo. Most Virgos, they're overthinkers. They think all the time.
I do, but I try not to be in your situation. So at night is different. I just like to. As soon as I feel my body getting tired, shut it down. I just shut it right there. As soon as I feel it, I'm not the one to fall asleep with my glasses on or TV watching me. No, as soon as I feel it, oh, there you go.
Well, they say if you don't get any sleep, you're moody, you're cranky, you snap out on people,
stressed.
You're stressed.
Yeah.
What up? Good morning. Good morning.
What up, Kathy?
So other than sleep really well, Jay Black, I fucking hate you. Other than sleep really well, what'd you do last night?
Yesterday, my son's credit card came. I was happy for that yesterday.
Nice.
The credit card stuff works for people. I know we talked about this before on the show. Get your kids on as authorized users on your credit cards. And it works. Their score goes really high. My daughter's score was like 750, and she was able to get a car with no cosigner, and she ain't ever did nothing. So, but just put them on your thing, set them up for success. So I just did it for my son too, and I noticed some of the credit cards don't allow you to a certain age. Like my boy is 9, but Capital One allows it. I think I saw Chase, a couple other banks' credit cards allow it. So Discover don't. You got to be like 15, but put your kids on your credit cards or in whoever you got.
But don't give them the credit card.
No, I don't.
But don't give them the credit card.
That's the key.
Don't give them the credit card. Don't give them the credit. Just keep the credit card. Don't give them the credit card.
But that stuff works.
Piggybacking.
Yeah. And it's setting them up for success. So when they get older, they need to do something. They need credit. They got it. They already, you help get them established. So
let's do the flip side. Make sure you're paying your credit card bill, because when you don't pay your credit card bill, then you fucking need credit card score.
Okay. My fault for assuming. Look. My fault for not highlighting that. Yes, people, you putting them on yours. The idea is you're managing your money effectively with your credit. So if you're horrible and you late with don't put them on in that case.
Don't mess up the baby's
Please
credit.
Don't
just get them life insurance. Just get them life insurance.
And then they go put the cable in their name because they got your credit. No, don't screw up the kids. We want to help the kids
like that. I know people who really, by the time they turn 22, were really in the hole. They were really trying to dig out the. They were really in the hole. And I didn't even know what they were talking about. They were like, I didn't even know. I thought people, you know how many years I thought that was just a myth that you could put your cable in your child's. I thought that was just comedians just making shit up.
No,
I didn't know that was true. I didn't know you could do that.
Time. People skip out on their Comcast bill and then go get it set up in their kid's name and then don't pay that. If they got 5 or 6 kids, they go down the line. By the time the kid get in high school and get ready to go to college, their credit is jacked up.
So other than that, Jay, was Jeopardy? Did you watch Jeopardy?
I watched Jeopardy. The black dude from Philly, still the champ. He almost lost, but he pulled it out with Final Jeopardy. It's like 18-day total now. 18 days. He's killing it as a black dude. Chubby black dude repping Philly. Husky. I'm gonna say husky, chubby, husky dude from Philly. But yeah, Jeopardy was cool. I watched Jeopardy too.
I watched. You know what I watched?
I watched Wheel of Fortune. The black lady lost because I root for all black people. Not saying I don't root for white people. I'm always.
No, you actually don't. You actually don't.
I do. I root for everybody, but I really root. I want everyone to win, but I'm really rooting for.
You never watched Friends just because there were no black people on it, and there were a few. There were a few black people popped on there as guest spots, but you didn't even watch Friends, did you?
I didn't. I need to identify with someone that looks like me. I need to be able to have someone. I need that. I do. I truly do.
Well, what about somebody who's in the same situation as you? They don't always have to be necessarily your color.
Yeah. What if you can relate to the story? You watch Rocky.
I love Rocky.
Apollo was in it. That's right. There was a black guy.
And Rocky 2 was my favorite, and then Rocky 4, Rocky 2 and Rocky 4. So, but yeah, then you got Mr. T, Rocky 3. So yeah, they always had someone that I can identify with. Yeah.
You ain't watched the one with Tommy Morrison when he fought the white guy.
Rocky
Nikki
5.
Nikki White Chocolate said, I put myself on my fiance's credit card so I can boot my shit.
Yes.
Okay. All
See,
right.
it works. Yes. Good morning, Shawn Robinson. Oh, I missed your call, Shawn. I hit you up later. My bad.
All right.
My fiance put me on his American Express.
Who did what? Huh?
I said no. I agree with Nikki. I said yeah. My fiance put my put me on his American Express.
American Express is so fucking extra.
Oh wow, read Nikki.
Yeah.
I put my cable, my dad's name after he died. He owed me that. Sad but true. Nikki, I don't know what to say to that.
Nikki, wait.
I don't know how to reply. Let me repeat Nikki White Chocolate's comment. I put my cable in my dad's name after he died. He owed me that. Sad but true. Okay. I don't know what he did. You might be wumped out. Look, we on your team.
Yeah, I'm not gonna touch that because if you said that you feel like he owed you something.
Yeah, we on your team, Nick.
Little name on the cable ain't gonna hurt nobody.
There've been plenty of things people on this squad have done that we know was wrong, and we still support it. We're like, hey, okay, all right.
To each his own.
Whatever.
Just do you, boo.
But Jay Black drove without a license for like 20 years. I was like, go ahead. I was like, I got you.
We supported that bullshit. And we got in the car with him.
Y'all did.
Y'all got in the car with him. Like, let's go. Where we going?
That's fact. I drive this car, not no little license. Whatever. We out. Let's roll. Yep. That was my mentality for all of years.
One time, before I get into my night, we left Applebee's. And he had a green truck. He had a green, what was the name of it? Ford Explorer. He had a green one. Tinted windows, whole nine. It's not like he was trying to be subtle. Rims, the whole shit.
I had the Master P, the little Romeo rap.
Just getting attention. He wanted the attention. Man, we pulled out the Applebee's and he got pulled over. And I said, shit, ain't nothing I can do. And that was back when we wasn't really like, the whole we didn't know that people were getting shot by the cops. So I had to get to the club. And I was like, damn, I don't know when I'm gonna see Jay Black. I don't know how he got out of it.
Because they can't give you, as long as your registration is good, they won't tow the car. So you're good. So the most
how in the hell do you get a registration without a license?
Hey, I did. They always got the car registered. As long as you pay the state, you can get your registration. You don't need to have a license.
Wow.
Yeah, and I don't know about 2022, but growing up in the 90s and early 2000s, well, I got my license in 2005. It was when I was moving to Florida. Even working with Freddie Mitchell from the Eagles, I didn't have a license.
Truck like around 2000.
Driving all his cars.
Yo, let me tell you the recklessness. This is shit I'm talking about. Nikki, this is why we support you. Because we support shit like this. Yeah, this man was an assistant for a professional football player that played for the Eagles, right?
Yes.
Now this guy was a high draft pick. He had a lot of money. I don't know what he's doing now. He did. Jay Black was in charge of driving his cars, right? Now he was a typical football player. He's got the 7,000 Benz, the doors that flip up, and he's driving this dude's car with no license.
Yes.
I never thought for a second he might want to tell Freddie he didn't have a license.
No, I never told him. I never told him.
Oh my God.
Ain't legal, right?
I kept it moving.
All right, so Jay was watching Jeopardy last night. And we got stories that we got to talk about. Don't forget, Rodney Perry starts at 9 o'clock on the East Coast, whatever it is in Texas. I'm sorry, 8 o'clock over there.
And real quick, Jeanette had surgery this morning. I don't know how she's on. She having surgery, so good luck with your surgery. She getting a glaucoma surgery, so they put, I didn't know they.
She getting LASIK or something?
Glaucoma, but I didn't know they sedate you. She said she's getting sedated. It's a 2-hour procedure. So good luck, Jeanette.
Good luck, Jeanette.
Yeah, she still popped in.
Speedy recovery, Jeanette.
Yes. But go ahead, Mike.
She's still on here. Jay Black went down to 2nd Street to get that registration. Nikki knows too much. Shut up, Nikki.
Facts.
Whatever. So he watched Jeopardy. There's one thing that I watch that people probably don't know that I watch, right? That you're gonna be surprised that I'm pretty amazed at, because I know. You ever watch something that you just can't do? I watched the spelling bee, the big spelling bee yesterday. Okay. It was on wasn't on ESPN. It was on I forget what channel. Dog, them kids on that spelling bees are so amazing to me. First of all, I can't spell for shit. I mean, maybe that's the first thing. That all that sounded out never worked for me. All that sound this letter out. But the thing that is annoying, but I know it's a technique, is how many questions they will ask the judge about the word before they spell the word.
City of origin, please.
Yes. Can you please use it in a sentence?
Oh, you gotta use it because they need to understand to make sure I understand. Yes. I guess some words can mean look the same but have different meanings.
How many syllables?
How many syllables? That whole use it in a sentence is hilarious to me.
Yeah.
Like this and I watched the spelling bee. I used to have an old joke, and I don't know if Jay ever saw me do. I used to say, when a guy gets caught cheating and the girl asks him where you were at, you always act like you act like you the spelling bee person. So exactly what club are you talking about? When you say I was cheating, can you actually explain what is considered cheating at the club? But that spelling bee was so dope, and I feel bad for the kids who lose in the first round because it's their first word. Yeah. They don't work this whole time in the first word.
Rehearsed, they studied, they did all that, and then went out. Good morning, Jacqueline.
And beyond studying, they're learning whole like thesaurus, and they look through whole like dictionaries and learn each word, in the dictionaries, and it's deep.
It's an amazing skill set that I just and let's be real, there are different races, but Indians dominate this shit.
Yes.
Like this is not. I'm not saying this in a negative way.
They do.
Dominate. Like they are black people in the NBA. Like they are up there killing it, like one at a time, at a time, at a time, at a time. So I watched that spelling bee. Yes, Ashley, we're going to talk about the Tulsa shooting that happened yesterday. Another shooting that happened. I don't know how many people were killed. I didn't get the details on it. Nikki Chocolate said no. Tam J Black had all the connects. Philly clubs never carded certain people. I was in the club at 17.
Tam was asking about having ID. Tam, I had an ID card. It was a Pennsylvania state ID. It just wasn't a driver's license.
No driver's license.
So you can have an ID card, but that don't mean you can drive. It's the two different ones. But yeah. So, but yeah.
J Black, technically, you was a scammer. Like you was really like.
No, he was a Philly scammer. He was.
He was a Philly scammer.
He was a Philly scammer in real life.
Keep going, Mike. Under that block. Train of thought.
So the spelling bee, because I can't spell. The spelling bee was crazy. And then I did. And then today, this is the dumbest thing. I can't make this up, y'all. I literally can't. I'm double booked, right? Ask me what I'm double booked on. Ask me what I'm double
booked on.
Jay, ask me what I'm double booked. You ask me what I'm double booked.
Mike, what are you double booked on?
Therapist.
Wait, what?
Therapist, psychiatrist, therapist.
So what, you have group and individual?
I have two. No, I have two different therapists that are booked today.
So you have a psychologist and a psychiatrist.
But no, they the same thing. My mom went about. I don't know what. No, I know whatever they are. They're the same exact title. And my mom booked one. She was like, I think you should talk to somebody. And I was like, Mom, I'm already talking to somebody. I talk to her every Tuesday at 1:00. And she was like, well, I booked you another one. So I had to switch my Tuesday appointment. I was supposed to have a Tuesday appointment. I had to switch it. Like when I leave here, I'm going to go to my group. Then I speak to my, then I got to go another. Who does two? And I can't even cancel because my mom paid.
So don't cancel, because I'll tell you this. If you came to see me, right? And you had someone else, I don't necessarily practice the same way someone else would practice, right?
Right.
So we all have different theories and different methods and different things that we use. And not every clinician uses the same tools. So you might benefit from going to see both and see which one works out best for you.
But don't I got to take it from the top now, because this is my first session with this person?
So yes, you anytime you see anyone, it's always best that you take it from the top, but they may ask you different questions than the other person.
This is a lot, yo. This is a lot.
So I would say go to both.
I have to.
Your other therapist. I think you should go to both. See which one you jive better with.
But I kind of get it. Like, I got to start. So
and
I get that portion. But...
And the thing with my mom is, I said, Mom, I'm going to cancel, right? I'm going to give you the money. How much is it? She won't even tell me how much the person is charging.
Can you reschedule the other one at all? Did I miss that? Can you reschedule?
No, because I go see her. We already rescheduled because normally I can say her name, Jackie, on Tuesdays. But we had to reschedule because of whatever, and it's today. So
schedules.
But no, she rescheduled me. Like I didn't reschedule.
Oh well, you get one. You get one rescheduled too. Then I'm not the only one that can reschedule.
But I like her.
It's not tit for tat.
I like, but Jackie, I like her. Like once we get into something now, she already knows stuff, and she'll be like, well, she won't interrupt. But she gets me. I ain't got to explain being a dickhead. Like she's like, you're not a dickhead. Stop using the word. But she knows, like she gets it. And
Nikki, don't quit your psychiatrist. The psychiatrist is the only one that can prescribe the medication. The psychologist,
but if they ain't helping,
prescribe meds.
But if they not helping, why keep going back? That's the definition of insanity. If they not helping me,
well, no, you find you a therapist, you find you a psychologist. And then utilize the psychiatrist to get your medication.
All right. So let me ask you this. So I know we're a little off topic, but this is your expertise.
Right, Stacey.
So a psychologist is different than a psychiatrist. Or what is it? A therapist? What is it?
So both can provide therapeutic approaches. Both are clinicians. However, a psychiatrist can prescribe medication.
I'm working on it, baby.
A psychiatrist can prescribe medication. A psychologist cannot prescribe medication.
But they both help. Well,
both of them perform differently.
Got it.
Both of them perform differently. So if you need meds, a lot of people believe in going to the psychiatrist for everything if they don't want to, have multiple doctors. I know people who actually have life coaches, a clinical therapist, and a psychiatrist. So it just depends on your comfortability level. It depends on what your needs are.
My camera, y'all, with the tan thing, I am tanned up. Like y'all just can't tell because of my camera. If you look on the TV, and my arm, working on the arms. I heard y'all working on the arms.
No, they was talking about your arm need a tan. They was saying you need some sunlight. She was trying to say you like.
Yeah, and
I'm not saying flat.
That's why I've been out in the sun. I trust me, I can't stand being pale. But anyway, that makes a lot of sense. Mike needs beach. I was just never mind, because I can't explain every comment because y'all gonna be like, oh, when was you at the beach? Ain't tell nobody.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, because I was gonna say I haven't been invited to the beach.
I'm snitching on myself. Just no, but that's good to know. That's good to know. One, but because both. Like Jackie has prescribed like medication. Like I'm not gonna name all the medication because I can't even pronounce the shit. But it's doing well. It's doing well. Anxiety
you also need to you got to find your fit. I tell people all the time, it's not about it's not enough to just go to someone and tell them all your problems or tell them all the things that's going on with you. That's not enough.
Right.
You have to you develop a rapport with your therapist. There are people who've had the same therapist for 20 years.
Right.
So you have to make sure that you feel comfortable because there's work to be done, right? It's not just about telling somebody your problems. There's work to be done. So you have to be comfortable. You have to be able to be vulnerable with that person. And it's not easy. It's not easy finding somebody who you feel like really understands or can identify with, what you're going through. Or what you've been through.
So everybody out there, listen, I think everybody needs to talk to somebody. I tell you, I will say I'm exhausted afterwards. So yesterday, this last thing. So yesterday I go to my thing, and there's a therapeutic massage, right?
Wait, and your psychologist?
No. This is my group. So
this is group. Okay.
This is a group. The facility basically is like they'll prescribe you medicine.
Yes.
Right. But they also have different things that they also believe. Like I told you, you weren't here when I yelled.
Are you going to a holistic? It's a whole.
It's both. Like this girl, the girl Jackie, she'll prescribe me medicine. She says, "Listen, this is just a suggestion. You don't have to take this. You don't have to do this. You don't have to try this technique. if you're interested, just let me know. And I said, well, fuck, I'm here. I might as well do everything. Like, just give me everything. I want the meat, potatoes, the fruits, the vegetables, the side salads. Give me the croutons.
Don't hold
So
back.
when you weren't here, we did this tree exercise where you go to a tree and you got to put your hands on the tree and you got to actually yell out stuff.
Barefoot, no shoes on, by the way.
Yeah, you got to yell out stuff, and you know, and people is crying and the whole thing. So now I look at trees differently now. Like every once in a while, because I felt bad for the tree, because I was like, you're transferring your energy, but it's bad energy. So why does the tree have to take the bad energy?
Because think about how strong the roots of a tree are.
Oh, here she go.
They survive hurricanes, they survive tornadoes, they survive the craziest of things, right? The craziest things of nature. So think of how strong a tree is. Sometimes as an individual, you need to transfer something over to something or someone, preferably something. And I think that would be it. That's a great exercise.
So now I just
you can't harm the tree, right?
But I feel bad because Mo, there was a story that was told that there was a tree that people went to, and people would go and they would transfer their energy to this tree, and the tree began to die. Like the tree started dying because of because everybody was going to this particular tree, and I was like, why are we? But anyway, beside the point, I'm doing all of it. I give a fuck. Like I look crazy now. Like every time I walk outside, I be doing crazy. Like every time, like when y'all see me, if y'all think the crazy shit I do when I'm drunk, when y'all see me, every time I go by a tree now, I touch the tree and be like, dude, I hope you're having a good day. Swear on everything. I'm like, I hope you're having a good day.
But that is a very holistic and humanistic approach. Remember, I talked about theories and how every therapist and every psychologist, we all practice different theories. So for me, I do a lot of humanistic approach. And so I love that.
I'm not crazy, Jay.
I love
Mo
that.
knows
Mike,
what I'm talking
I walk
about.
by, I see you outside barefoot, hugging a tree. You're effing crazy, dude.
It's a quick hug. It's not. I'm not caressing the tree. I'm not caressing it.
I can't speak my mind. Let me
I just no. You can't. No, you can't. You can't.
No, this may help. This may be helpful to people. Go ahead.
Be one with nature, because the top of the top of a tree can die. The leaves can fall off. They go into different seasons, but that root, you can cut a tree, and if the root is still there, it's gonna grow back and it's gonna flourish.
God, it's so crazy. I mean, it's not crazy. Let me take the word. When I say crazy, I mean in a good way. So, like with the meditation thing, there's this one meditation thing in the sound bath that was for positive thinking. Because when I wake up in the morning, I realize my inner voice is always talking negative about something. Like my inner voice never wakes up and says, "We gonna have a great day today." That's not what my inner voice says. My inner voice is irritated about something every single morning. So I started listening to this particular thing for positive thinking,
mindfulness,
and I was trying to do this meditation thing. Obviously, meditation is difficult because we can't stop our brains from thinking.
Right.
So I was told, don't get frustrated. You're not just going to jump into a meditation and your brain is going to go poof. It's not going to happen.
It takes a lot of practice.
And
takes a lot of practice.
And I read a book about a news anchor, and I can't think of his name. I have a book about it, who had a breakdown. He was a CBS news anchor and literally had a breakdown live on air. And he started learning how to meditate. And then anyway, he went and did all that. But this one sound that I listened to for this positive thinking, the thoughts that normally piss me off, it was crazy. The thoughts that normally really get me ready to take my phone and start sending in the text messages and start, all of a sudden, I was thinking about the same exact things, but they weren't pissing me off. Like, I don't know. I was thinking of them in a different way. Real talk.
Because you were able to redirect that energy, the energy that you experience when you're going through.
Is it just in his mind because he did the exercise? His mind, he believe in it. Or did it
is in your mind.
I definitely believe in a lot of these exercises, a lot of these, and of course they're not for everybody. That's why I said you have to find your fit. And every clinician will assign you a homework assignment that fits you, that will be able to help you. It's not a one size fit all method, right? So no, I'm glad that you're in tune with this and you're using it and you're not giving up, because a lot of people give up on that. Meditation is very difficult.
Okay.
In your mind, Jay Black.
People who can't shut their minds off.
In your mind.
Very difficult.
Say your name in your mind right now, Jay Black. Say your name in your mind.
Mm-hmm.
Did you just say it?
Yep.
You heard it, right?
I didn't hear it. I said it.
You didn't hear yourself.
In your mind, you know you said Jay Black, right?
Your voice.
Oh, it's like with me saying it, I'm hearing me say it violently.
Yes, you're hearing it in your brain. It is in your brain. If you're pissed off about something, right? And you're not saying anything to anybody, you're just saying it to yourself. How are you hearing it? You hear you saying it to yourself.
But what does that do? All right, I'm not playing this game.
No. No. I don't. This is not a debate. This is a
saying
dialogue.
I hear. All right, me saying my name. I'm not hearing it. I'm relaying. I'm not like hearing it. I'm saying it to myself. So how is that?
So,
but your mouth is not moving.
What is that doing?
So
but what is that doing? That's not doing nothing.
What I'm saying, if I wake up and that thing that I'm saying to myself is negative from the minute I wake up.
Oh, you telling me?
I'm setting myself up for the rest. Like if I wake up and the first thing I'm complaining about is the house.
Okay. The inner voices that's
like you got to do this ain't getting done. So that's what I've been trying to train myself to wake up.
Positive. I heard the positive affirmations every day, 10 times a day.
Yeah, you were even talking about it. You was even talking about it.
That meditation. It was an app or something, and it sounded like it was really believable, but I just can't stay committed to do it as they say you're supposed to do it consistently.
Consistency is the key.
I've been forgetting.
In the morning, I sit my son's only 13 now. I sit him in the
only 13. Your son is 13.
Yes, he turned 13 January 1st.
All right, continue. Go ahead. Sorry about that. Continue. Go ahead. What do you do with your son?
I stand him in front of the mirror after he gets dressed, and I said, "You look good. You smell good. You feel good. You're gonna have an amazing day." And we do this every day. So even if he wakes up and he's like, "I'm tired. I don't want to go to school," we look in the mirror and I'm like, you have to go to school, but you look good, you smell good, you feel good, so that he can take that positive energy with him to school. Yeah, that inner voice said, I don't want to go and school sucks. But
this is why y'all need to be.
Mom is continuously pouring this into you. I'm telling you, it changes things.
Well, Leah Frazier is actually coming on the show a little later because I was curious about that Johnny Depp and the winning, the punitive versus community, like all the legal, who won the money and how is it really broken down. So, but I know she's into the meditation, and Leah probably can speak to some of that right there. So
Leah knows. Yeah,
and Leah is into holistic approaches. She loves meditation,
too much baby
yoga.
Boy.
She's into connecting the mind and the body. So yeah, we're in for a treat today.
Oh God.
What's this? Hearing voices is sometimes called what's that
auditory
hallucination. Yeah, sometimes you can Kanye West it. Some people have other hallucinations such as seeing, smelling, tasting, or feeling things that don't exist outside their mind. Wherever your experience, you're not alone. The awesome research department. Oh, shout out to the awesome research department.
All right.
So auditory hallucinations are definitely different than hearing your inner voice. Right?
Yeah.
Because we all have an inner voice where, we might be sitting in front of our boss or our supervisor and they may piss us off and we might cuss them out in our head like this mofo, but it never leaves our lips. That's very much different than an auditory hallucination.
Yeah, you don't want the auditory hallucination.
Now, when you start hearing voices like somebody else talk to you, it's a little bit different.
Yeah. That's when you got to go hug a lot of trees. You just got to go to the forest and you got to hug every tree.
You get something. You
can get some. You just hold on to the tree for the rest of the day. They're like, Mike, you coming out? No, I'm tree holding right now. So, in group, I don't even know if I'm but this is not AA. Yeah, so this is not AA. I can divulge stuff like this. They asked, did you want to
look? That was your inner voice talking.
Yeah. My inner voice just came out. But my inner voice just came out. Like I wasn't in my
example of an inner voice. Yeah.
The inner voice, like, wait
a minute.
You probably my own shit.
But you're not supposed to answer yourself.
As long as you don't get identifying information like their names, Michael, Shawn, you can.
Right. Yes. So it was a therapeutic massage that they said. Once again, it was voluntary. And I'm sitting there going like, I was anti. I said, I don't want a massage. Number one, I'm a dirtbag. Every guy knows the massages that we go to were for purposes that are not really therapeutic. Okay. So I was like, so nobody want to go in no damn massage and just sit there. But then the inner voice said, Mike, you said you're willing to do anything, right? You said you're willing to do, you said you're willing to do anything. So I signed up. And you walk in there and it started off like a regular massage that guys go to because you got to take your shirt off. And I was like,
okay. Fair
enough.
And it was like, and loosen your pants. And here I go. I'm a scumbag.
That sounds like you get to the
no, that's normal.
Yeah, but, like, scumbag. But I'm sitting there going like, here I go. I said, Mike, right? So, and she said, they get under the blanket. So I took my shirt off and got under the blanket. Now, the massage was amazing. Now, there was a lot of pressure. There was a lot of pressure that she was put. This wasn't no, I ain't even going to do a racial slur, but.
Just doing like pressure point.
Yes.
Like a, yes.
And it was like in the part of my neck, and she was going in, like, and then it was going down. And let's just say this massage, not one sexual thought ran through my mind during this entire massage.
Because it was a therapeutic massage.
Yeah, there was not one. Like, I can't even tell you what this lady looked like. That's how I was like, I don't know if this is what happens.
So you just unbutton your pants, but you don't take them off?
No, I just loosened them. And she went all the way down, like she was on the top of the butt cheek, and she was going, like she was going for real. Like she was like, people, when I tell you how I slept last night, I couldn't wake. I fell asleep at like 5 o'clock in the evening, and I couldn't wake myself back up. Like my inner voice was like, Mike, wake up. This is ridiculous. You're sleeping like a third grader who just came home from school.
Need a nap.
I slept. All I did was, this is all I did. I woke up and I went downstairs to get my thermos because I get thirsty in the middle of the night.
Wait, you got a thermos?
Yeah, this, it keeps everything so
middle
cold.
Of the night thermos?
Yes, I got the middle of the night thermos right here. I get dehydrated.
Warm milk?
No, shut up. It's water. I slept amazing. So I think the lady's name was Melissa. I'm open to all of this, y'all. So I'm going to be boring you with this. Now, I'm open to all of therapy.
This. Somebody may be able to help, get something from this. So the tree thing, it seems like a lot of people was on board with that. Definitely the morning affirmations. I don't know about the butt massages and all that.
It wasn't a butt massage. Stop saying it was a butt massage.
Stress begets a physiological response from you.
Right.
So your body, yes, you have to treat the body and the mind. So I like this holistic approach that you're getting. It seems to be, you seem excited about it.
No, because if you start seeing results, like I'm not saying like I'm walking around happy. She didn't massage my butt. It was the upper.
Good. Don't worry about me.
Upper, and she was going. She did a great job.
It's the sacral area,
right?
What she was doing. Yeah, I know exactly what you were getting. Yes.
Thank you. Yes, and Facebook user, we're going to talk about that. All right, that was my night. Sorry, y'all. I know I was long-winded. I know the show's not as long as it normally is, so we should get right to the point.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, former Dallas Cowboy and NFL player who was a very good player, Marion Barber, was found dead in his apartment in Frisco. We don't have details, so I don't want to assume anything. All I know is that Marion Barber was this sounds crazy because football is a very physical sport to begin with, but Marion Barber was a violent runner. Like he was a violent runner. Like he was the type of person who did not avoid contact. Mm-hmm. So we don't know how he passed away. I hope it wasn't CTE because a lot of people have forgotten about all these football players who actually killed themselves, and they found out that their brain was just filled with CTE. Even Junior Seau, a Hall of Fame player, shot himself in the chest so that his brain could go to science. He killed himself. He shot himself with a shotgun in his chest, specifically so they could examine his brain when he was gone, and they found CTE. In another case, like Aaron Hernandez, for those who don't know, Aaron Hernandez was a great football player for the New England Patriots. Come to find out, he was a murderer, and he had killed a bunch of people, and he was a gang member while he was winning Super Bowls. and he killed himself in jail. Well, they examined his brain, and the doctor said they found one of the worst cases of CTE ever that he had ever seen in his life. So we'll see how this goes on.
Sad.
We'll see what happened, why it happened, but it's sad to see a man like that pass away. Tragedy struck the NFL. Marion Barber, former Dallas Cowboy and Chicago Bear player, was reported dead at 38. That's super young. The former running back, who also played for the Chicago Bears, was found dead in the apartment in Texas. Nobody has told us why or how.
No one knows.
All right, report indicates the authorities found the body of the former running star inside his apartment located in Frisco, Texas, revealing more details of his death for now. Okay, so we don't know. We still don't know. Prayers to his family.
And for those who don't know what CTE is, Will Smith was in this movie called Concussion, and it was based on players having CTE. But of course, our prayers and condolences definitely go out to his family.
CTE.
It's just sad.
And if you watch the movie, it was an excellent movie. And a lot of people believe that why the movie didn't succeed the way it was supposed to succeed was because the NFL was in cahoots trying to make sure it didn't succeed. But that's another story for, the NFL.
What's that pic? That was a picture of him. That was something when I Googled him, the recent mugshot.
Yeah,
so that, I guess that ain't the 24-year-old football player. That's the 38-year-old, I guess, has some mugshot.
And that's why when these NFL players like Megatron, Barry Sanders retired for other reasons because he was just tired of the.
You know what? That's a good point. I did what media just did. Stacey, I could have picked a better. I just Googled, and that was the first picture that came up.
Yeah. Good looking white man.
Yeah,
good looking Jay White.
You just went shiny suit on us.
Yeah, just did it. Look at that. Just got the worst pick ever.
That was the first one that popped up.
Of course it was, because that's the one. Like we could have just shown a picture in his prime status as a cowboy or anything like that. But no, Jay Black, yeah. I'm glad you acknowledged it. Your inner voice, that was your inner voice telling you.
My inner voice was like, well,
your inner voice just told you that shit right there. Then in more sad news, there was a shooting at the Tulsa Medical Center.
Yes.
I didn't watch the details because honestly, y'all, I can't sit in front of a TV and just watch them report on more people dying, because when we did the school story, I'm tired of being right when I said, y'all know it's going to happen again, right?
Yeah.
And it happened again. And it happens again. And it happens again. And nothing changes with the gun laws. And they still allow people to get whatever guns they want without any training. And they still don't care that an 18-year-old kid can get an AR-15 that's used in actual wartime. My dad in Vietnam said when they showed the gun that the young man had, he said, I didn't even have that shit. He said, I didn't even have what he had in his hand in that moment when he went there. There's a good picture of Marion Barber, who passed away. So that's a better picture. Right, good job, Jay Black. Right. I mean, got to give you credit.
I wanted to get that out the way.
You acknowledge your flaws and your fault. And,
all right,
we're good. So another shooting.
Yeah,
shameful.
4 people killed.
Yes,
4 people killed. And
that's including the shooter.
Investigating this now.
He shot himself.
So we don't know. And what? And I'm gonna keep it quick. I'm not saying people shouldn't have guns. I'm not telling you not to have guns. I'm just saying when you're allowing somebody to get, and I don't know what this person using this Tulsa thing. That's another.
They said on CNN, the cop said, we can't tell you exactly. Don Lemon kept saying, was it a AR automatic rifle? He said, we can say that it was it was an automated whatever rifle, but they didn't go into if it was an AR-15 or if it was but it was something that had it had a magazine that can hold a lot of shells. So
a lot of rounds.
Yeah. So we're not gonna, I'm just I'm gonna be the repeat person. We're obsessed. And anybody who brings up the Second Amendment, you didn't read the whole Second Amendment.
Well, they're calling out legislators right now in regards to showing who voted no, especially specifically in Texas, who voted no to having psychiatric background checks before allowing people to get gun permits and to buy guns. because in some places you don't even have to get a permit. You can actually go in and buy a gun for your house and not have a license to carry.
There was a Marine on, and he said what the process that he had to go through as a Marine, and he was one of the trainers. So it was a 2-week process. The first week was nothing but actual school on how to use this weapon. The second week was actually live using the weapon. Then you had to do it every year again to make sure that you were still, and you had to do this is a Marine who had to get, this is what he does for a living. So they had to be trained because this is what they have to do for a living. But we're not making people, normal citizens, get trained who may not have ever touched a gun in their life. Right. Because I did once. I shot one gun in my life and my shoulder almost came out the socket because I wanted to be a dumbass and celebrate 4th of July with everybody else.
Wait, so anyway, you don't go to the range too though? Like,
no, I've never been to the range.
So we should go. You should go with me to the range.
I'll go.
You just pay for the rounds, and then I bring the weapons, and then we can have some fun. And you can rent theirs. They'll charge you for theirs, but I got a couple.
They charge you for the bullets, and you can use their gun. You don't have to actually bring one in.
I'm definitely down to go to the range, and I'm definitely. And the funny thing is, I don't have a problem with parents who have guns in their house, who take their kids at a young age to the range and teach them how to use it, simply because it gives them a form of respect of what it is. And why not? If you're gonna have it in the house, everybody should be able to use it. Everybody should be trained. If I'm not home,
have it in the house, it should be in a lockbox.
Said, take a damn class like you do for freaking nails.
Facts.
Yeah.
Facts.
I mean, going to the range and shooting for me is therapeutic. And I encourage any woman out there to go get yourself well versed on how to properly use a weapon. Because you can actually hurt yourself not knowing how to use a weapon.
Yeah, that's why my shoulder almost popped out.
You probably came with one arm. You came sideways like Society and Old Dog.
No, you don't.
They was doing the 4th of July.
Mike probably did. Oh, Mike was in the air like,
they was doing the 4th of July, and everybody was like, bong, 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 bong. And I said, everybody else is just picking it up and going like that. I picked it up. I went bong, and my arm. I said, what? I handed the gun back like this with 2 hands. I was like, go ahead.
Yeah, you took the gun good.
I don't want to play with y'all no more. I believe that training should be required by concealed permit, but not for home ownership. How can you not want home owners to not be trained?
Yeah, Tashambi, I'm usually rocking with you, homie.
So Tashambi,
either one way or the other.
So you have to think, not only do they teach you how to shoot at the range, they also talk about gun safety. Yes. So if you're going to have a gun in your home, you definitely want to know how, the safety.
What's the difference in carrying it outside your home versus if something did happen in your home? Like, you still want to be well prepared. Like if it's training for nails and everything else, like she said, why not? Like,
I don't want to shoot somebody while I'm cleaning the gun. I don't even know how to clean a gun, and I can buy a gun in Texas. I don't even know what you do. I had
a family member who actually passed away from cleaning his gun. So,
that
13-year-old girl.
Yeah,
there was a 13-year-old girl that was speaking to Congress or something. That one of y'all.
She was clip. Amazing.
Yes, I sent the clip to you yesterday.
I saw it.
Definitely amazing. Definitely made a proper sense, and I'm glad that she kept putting out there. I am only 13. I don't know much about the law. She went in. She definitely went in.
Her presence,
talking about guns and talking about cops and talking about
here you go. I got it.
Yes.
I am 13 years old. I've lived in Grand Rapids almost my whole life. I'm going to say it again. I'm 13 years old. All of you are adults. Adults, right? You can drive, you can drink, you can vote. I don't have that. When I asked my mom if I could be dropped off here, her response was, "Is it safe? Is it safe?" We had someone come up here and talk, don't teach our children to disobey those who are protecting us. I don't see them protecting me. If you want to talk about those protecting me, I look to those who are standing right now because my trust isn't in them. I don't trust any of you. I don't trust any of the police officers because you have shown time and time again that we cannot trust you. I go to City High Middle School, just voted the top high school Top high school in the state. You know what they teach us? Teach us to speak up for yourself. We're IB learners, right? We're smart. None of you are smart. None of you can recognize murderers. You can identify that there is a problem, but you cannot fix it. I don't know much about the law. Again, I'm young, but I'm pretty sure an accomplice to a murder should be arrested. And right now, all of you sitting and doing nothing are accomplices to a murder.
Please refrain from the additional commentary. If you could let her finish.
I am sorry. They are fine. I'm still allowing to speak.
Go ahead. Please, go ahead.
I am frustrated, and frustrated can't even begin how absolutely terrified I am to live here. I'm expected to raise my kids here. I'm expected to go outside and walk my 5-year-old little brother. God forbid we look too scary. God forbid he accidentally is wearing his hood and we get the police called on us because we are window shopping to go steal later. I don't want to keep coming here. Trust me, this is not how I want to spend my night. I don't want to come here. I don't want to sit here and I don't want to have to beg you to stop killing people. That's not what I want to do. I have friends. I have other things that I could be doing, and I'm sitting in front of a group of adults who think murder is okay. And you can't sit here and tell me you don't think murder is okay because you're allowing it to happen. If you want to talk about God, you want to talk about Jesus, I'm a Christian. I don't know what God some of these people believe in, but it sure ain't mine. I have never read in the Bible where he said we should allow the people who are supposed to be protecting us kill us. I'm sorry, maybe I missed that scripture, though. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. Please, please do not make me sit here and scream another name. Do not sit here and make me beg. And God forbid that name is mine. God forbid that name is any of these people. God forbid. Thank you.
Thank you.
Very good. Very, very clear thoughts. She was able to articulate herself very well.
Yeah.
Kudos to her.
Very good. That's stunning when a young person
13
sounds more compelling than our president.
Got chills.
Sounds more compelling and more passionate than our and I'm not dissing Joe Biden. Joe Biden is just not a great orator, if I use that correctly.
But she didn't use large words.
No. It's not large words. It's the basic.
Yes.
Common sense kills people.
Yeah.
People hate common sense. They don't like it. I say it all the time. I'm not calling myself a genius. A genius is somebody who has mastered common sense. They don't like it. They don't like simple common sense. Like, if 90% of the black football players are black, why aren't 90% of the coaches or more than 60% of the coaches black then? Because it isn't hockey. You ain't got 90, I think it's like 94% white players, and then 80% of the head coaches are black. People hate common sense, y'all. They can't stand it. They get defensive when you start bringing up common sense. Critical race theory. You know why they're pissed? You know why people get mad at critical race theory being taught?
Yeah, nobody likes to talk about that.
Because it's just common sense. In Germany, kids are required to study about the Holocaust that happened in Germany and are required to go to the field trips to the places where it took place. It's not to make Germans feel guilty. It's so that you know the history. And what we're not supposed to do is the same old
They don't
cliche.
want you teaching.
We don't want to repeat the history.
But they don't want the kids to feel like their ancestors were murderers, and they don't want the white kids growing up to, to really have that burden placed on them. So they said,
but that's not the burden. You need to know.
That's not the burden. That's not the burden. That's more so the lesson of the history not repeating itself. Because that was a very I mean, words can't describe that period in that time in history, and it didn't just affect people who were over there.
Yeah, the burden.
Yes, I mean this carried on for generations and generations.
The burden is on black people that y'all want to erase what happened.
Yeah,
Y'all want to forget about it like it was just a bad memory.
It's not like that.
Get over it. It was a long time.
That ain't true.
Mindset.
And then people like,
Lady Q burns so much energy arguing with white folks every day on all these different posts, and it drives me crazy. And I'm like, why are you dedicating so much energy?
But
you're not changing their perspective.
Allow her to walk that journey, because you have to. I think I spoke about it before about everybody is walking around here in a state of trauma. Everybody has some level of generational trauma that has been passed down from their grandfather to their father to them. And so let her walk in that, because
and she do it in a smart way. She doesn't argue. She doesn't do the profanity. She educates and defends and try to educate, but it's like you're not. They're stuck in it. Like that Star Wars girl, that poor black girl in Star Wars. She's getting all type of racial death threats. It's crazy because they like, why are you allowing the black girl to be in Star Wars? And she's like, I didn't do anything, and she just played a role. And now they're giving her death threats and racial because it's their movie. I mean, I don't know nothing about Star Wars, but that's crazy.
I'm a pretty big Star Wars fan, but your wife wasn't the only one. I had to comment on her behalf also. Like when I had to put a comment on there too. Keep going, girl. Keep going. But that critical race theory really, really is amazing. It's almost like telling women, let's forget about domestic violence and rape. Like it's better now. Because we don't want guys to feel bad. Like we don't want guys to feel bad. We don't want to educate people on what women have gone through during just not domestic violence, rape throughout history that's going on right now. Let's not talk about it because it's gonna make the guys who've never done it feel bad. You know how much sense that don't make? Boy, Jay Black, I used to, what was that comment? Jay Black, I used to do that, and it drove my husband crazy too, but I finally realized you can't change their minds. But my thing is, when you put those comments down on Instagram and social media, it's not about changing their mind. Do you know how many other people are reading those that it might change their mind?
Right. Because so for the 100 people who snap back at you who are ignorant as hell, there may be that 5 people who say, hey, I never thought about it that way, or hey, I didn't know that. So it's kind of like that. Each one reach one. If you can even just reach one person with some of the things that you post, that's a win.
Bill Maher, are we really going to change their perspective?
But we don't have to change that person's perspective.
No, the people reading it, like it's really, because usually when you go into that, you got your mind. They're not changing your perspective. Like you have the way you think and your thought process, and it's not a comment that's going to have me say, oh, okay, other than, yeah, they got a good point, but they're not saying this. Or because it's usually, oh, but what about the rioters? Or, oh, what about you killing yourselves? Black people. It's always a oh, but, because they're stuck in that mindset. You're not changing.
But you do know
even
that this dialogue and this conversation is needed on both from both sides. The conversation and dialogue is needed, Jay Black. How do you start? You have to start somewhere. And so, yes, social media has given everyone a platform to be able to go out, express themselves, share their experiences. Before social media, there are some people who in certain parts of the United States who have never physically seen a Black person or a person of color.
With you too, though, Mo. I'm not built for you getting slick with me in the comments and thinking it's just too much.
But my thing is like that goes with life. Bill Maher made the craziest comment ever on his show, and I watched Bill Maher's show. Bill Maher said, and I'm gonna paraphrase, Kevin Hart had said something about slavery and how so-and-so right now is like slavery. And Bill Maher was like, well, obviously things are better now. So it's kind of dumb for you to actually bring. It is amazing when people say things are better now.
But better for who and better how? That's all.
And how do I get to tell? And I always bring women up because there's the difference in gender. How do I get to tell Mo, obviously things are better now for you because if a man hits you, you can now report him. So duh, obviously it's better now. If I'm not the one who even went through it. And I would like to ask Bill Maher, if you were seeing Jewish people getting killed by the cops on a regular basis in the video, and somebody said, well, you know, the Holocaust happened. It's a lot better than what happened in the Holocaust. How would you take that? Like it's amazing to me the insensitivity that happens when people just go like, we do know that there's a prison, and you can look this up in Louisiana, where the black inmates pick cotton.
Yeah, they're on the farms.
They're on the farms, and they pick cotton, and the cops, aka the overseers, are on horses watching them pick cotton.
It is much like a plantation. It's definitely giving plantation vibes, but it's allowable. And some of these laws that are in place, especially in the southern states, you'd be surprised they're still there. There are certain things that, I mean, like you can spit on a sidewalk and a police officer can lock you up. You can walk across the street jaywalking. In the city, people do it all the time, right?
You know, lynching just became
these small towns and see what may happen to you.
You know, just recently they voted lynching as being against the law.
Yes, they made it a federal offense.
Just now,
this is history, a federal offense.
So yes, critical race theory is history. And I don't understand. Like, we don't have a problem. We have no problem teaching history about wars that we won. So it doesn't matter if there's a Japanese student in the classroom. We will still teach you about dropping 2 atomic bombs.
Yes. And I care about the sensitivity of the other students in the classroom. But when you start talking about Black history,
when you start talking about what happened, it's the history. We can't help it that presidents were raping slaves. So you don't want that to be known. We can't help that.
Or even when you said that, I thought slaves to the White House when sitting presidents some of them brought their slaves into the White House. There's a lot of history.
So part of the problem is right now with the pro-life and wanting them not to lose the white race because minorities are, I guess, white race is going to be gone.
So
is that part of the problem with the white presidents raping and then having mixed babies? So they started this on their own, right? I guess, I don't know.
So I'm going to say this to you, Jay Black, because you brought up Roe versus Wade. That right there can set legal precedents or set the precedents to overturn a lot of other amendments and a lot of other laws that affect us as people of color. So you think that, I'm married, that whether somebody can have an abortion,
interracial marriages
don't affect me? Yes, it does, because what it does is it can overturn Brown versus the Board of Education.
That was just the beginning.
It can overturn a lot.
So they want to save the white. How I understand it, they wanted to save the white race. If they force some white people to have babies, it's going to keep the white families. I don't know.
I mean, that's one of the theories that people have put out there, because now these are just numbers, because everybody uses numbers. So I'm not telling you these are facts. I'm just telling you what has been put on TV, and what's on TV ain't facts. Sometimes what's on YouTube ain't facts. Sometimes, and I'm just telling you, 66% of the abortions in this country have been had by white women, and I think they want. And there's a theory that at a certain point white people will be the minority. Just going to tell you.
Well, no, they said that's proven that by a certain year. I did see that at this rate by a certain year. Yeah,
but and even if that's the underlying tone of it, I always say it doesn't matter what my opinion about abortion is. It's her body. I can't trust y'all. I can't trust the government to start telling us what to do with our bodies.
Because that opens up a bigger can of worms and infringing on your rights. I'm telling you, that's just the start. Abortion, is just the start.
And they like to get us. Be
careful what you ignore, and be careful of what you say doesn't affect you. When it comes to legislature and when it comes to them going to the table and changing these laws, be careful.
And in
I know Mo got to go too.
Mo got to go. In defense of Lady Q responding, and Obama, defense of Lady Q responding to everybody. There are times we have to respond, because once we get quiet and we just go once we just put our hands up and go ain't nothing gonna change. That's exactly what they want. That's exactly what.
But I can't change your opinion. I don't have the energy to try to change everyone's views and opinions.
You're not trying to change. You're not trying to change.
Right from wrong. We know right from wrong.
This show on certain subjects, as stubborn as I am, has changed my opinion on things. It can change your opinion.
Well, you told me I was right. You never told me, so you agree that I'm right.
No, I never agreed with you, but
it changed your opinion.
No. I'm talking about the ladies. No, I'm not talking about you two. I'm not gonna be funny. I'm talking about you two. Certain things that people do, you go like, I never thought of it like that. I never figured. I never even thought of it like that. But there's the only people that we pay attention to are the people who go back at us and disagree with us. So we never get to really see. Like somebody just said, I never thought about it like that, Mike, on the comments. And I don't even know what I said that made that comment come up.
Oh, as far as you changing, I believe it was by you commenting, even with that person that may disagree with you, somebody reading that may be enlightened by that.
Somebody might read, and I've seen it. I've gone like, oh, I just didn't think of it like that. And we can't let them subdue us to the point where they break us down where we're not going to respond. We have to keep responding. And I applaud people who are spending their entire life responding. Like, I may not even agree with Dr. Umar all the time, but the fact that he is out there doing it, I may not agree with I forgot the gentleman's name now. I can't think of his name all the time, but
Shawn King.
Shawn King. I may not even agree all the time with Shawn King, but I will say this. Shawn King will find the name of the cop and we'll find the name of the person and we'll do the work and the research to let everybody know who that person in that video was. And I know that can't be easy. Jay Black want to know if you agree.
Exactly. Because Mike was enlightened. I need to know. Oh, so you said
right about what?
But right whatever, about what? No matter what, because you debate me and then come to find out deep down you be really enlightened. So that's good.
Give you what's the example?
Give me my credit.
Hey, I'll give you the example. Jay has an example of I don't agree with Jay's stance on how relationships go, but I do agree on this. And he says this a lot. It's supposed to be me and you against the world. We're a team. So we have to be unified. I never really, like, I understood that that's the way it was supposed to be, but because you've lived it and you've been consistent with it, I'd be like, you know what? It is supposed to be the two people and the family. It's us. This is the team. This now. What's ridiculous is that I've always done that with me and Jay Black. We've always said you got to pick a team and ride with the team for good or bad or whatever it is. But that's one thing I agree with. Lady Q says, my goal isn't to change the ignorant person. I'm speaking directly. I'm hoping with me going back and forth, someone will see the effort and the facts stated. I've had people years later comment. I agree with that. Is it frustrating?
Oh, yeah. It would be white people that would inbox her. I believe you, but I just wasn't confident enough to say it in the comments. And
of course,
people would inbox her afterwards and said, I understand your struggle and from your perspective. And it's like, she's like, well, why didn't you say that in the comments? But they don't want to, I guess, go against the grain, but they want to let her know her voice. Yes, she gets that all the time.
Yeah, that mob syndrome is everybody's scared to go against the mob. So if all the like this is funny. I used to do this too, so I'm not the only one. I know I'm not the only one. You ever see something and before you comment, you read all the other comments?
Say like you might, I'm sorry.
You ever see something on Instagram and you might thoroughly disagree, right?
Okay.
But before you put your comment in, what do? You read all the other comments.
Oh, you want to see we want to read the room.
Yeah, you want to read the room.
You want to read the room. You want to see what's going on.
And sometimes what do? You just say, you know what? I'm not gonna get.
I'm not gonna worry about it. I'm going against
I'm a little crazy. Yeah, I'm a little crazy right now.
Yeah.
And that's what you can't do. If there's something that you see, put your comment on there. Like that. Like
I'm just not built for people going back because then I take it personal. And then it's like some people turn into, all right, I'm gonna find you. I'm gonna figure you out. Like you can't talk slick to certain people, and like I get expressing your thoughts. But you can't cross the line where it takes it too far. And now you're attacking someone's character or them personally. Like, stick to the topic. Don't start calling names. Don't start doing all that.
I agree with you, but you know what's coming.
Yeah, but that's the thing. But if I'm not bringing you that energy, don't bring that to me, because now it's personal. That's why I don't do a lot of the comments. I do fire. I do the strong arm. I say cool, dope, fun. And then I'm not doing a bunch of words, because it goes left, and then I know me, and then I'm not built for that. I'm just not. I'm not built for that. But
I mean, with that,
how silence allows them to continue their ignorance. So she did Lady Q, but Lady, it sucks all her energy though, Afro Queen. Then she want to be hollering at me about it, and I'm not invested like she is. They're wrong. I get they're wrong. I can't. Isn't I'm right? Or doesn't this make sense? And and do you believe? Look what he said. No, read this. And then she's so I be wanting to go to a tree barefoot.
Go hug a tree. Go hug a tree.
What are we doing? But I get it.
I read the room and love being the first one to challenge the stupidity. And I respect that, Lady Q, because sometimes I read the room. It depends on what mood I'm in. Sometimes I read the room and I'm like, I got to say something. I don't even know. But then sometimes I read the room and I'm like, man, I do not feel like getting into this, because I see this is
it's going to open up as a whole band door. It's going to open up a whole nother door.
Lady Q said, I do fall back when the men in the district groups cause I get smart and they get nasty, and I got to tell my husband, and then he mad at me because I got him at some. No, we're not going to do that.
Because some of these are the school district groups that she be into. Battling with them. So these are people that we know who you are. Like deep down, we know. Like stop. Like what? It's doing too much. It's doing too much.
Yeah,
it was like, well, these are the same parents that our kids are going to school with. It's like it hits home differently when you're in those groups and she's arguing with people than the ones just the trolls or whatever. But
that's a different type of social media. Yes, stick to the topic.
Topics and speak the facts. Stick to that. Stop bringing up other stuff. Oh, but what about this? So what about that? That's not what we were talking about.
Yeah, we didn't even do our subject today, but we'll save it for tomorrow. Touchy subjects that you got to bring up in relationships, but we didn't even do that. And I got some stuff for it, but we'll wait because we got Leah Frazier coming. But I didn't know that if you arguing with people in the school district and you actually know these parents,
they don't realize that you know them, or you
right.
Like it's from previous comment. Lady Q like, no, this is the same person that made this comment. She go back to old posts and be like, oh, and where they give up tape about more than they. You can easily figure people out. It's the same usernames. So even if you got your whatever, but just remember the energy that you put out, and that's why I don't want to get involved.
Well, I mean, I at least you know your limitation. I want to argue with you, but I can't, because at least you know your limitations, like I'd be like, I'll see you at Giant.
At Giant, right at the supermarket. Yeah, you should be like, oh, that's the lady. And then we was at field day. She's like, yeah, that was a lady that said this comment. Like, she be knowing. I'm like, oh, that was her. At field day, it's like, okay, and that's
field day. What the fuck is going on? Where did this conversation go?
But that's not things. Yeah. What's up now? Where was all that energy at now?
What was all that? Yeah, you had field day with your family T-shirt, your field day shirts on. What's really good now? We ain't got to do it at a Giant. We can do it right here.
CTR, lady, here I go right here. Remember me, that CTR comment? Yeah. Now tell me why again it ain't needed.
Oh my God, I can't fuck with y'all.
That'd be real.
All right. So I guess we're still waiting on. We're waiting on Leah.
Send her a text. Yeah, she's supposed to be right now.
A young man, and I got to get more information on this. I will save that. We should have brought up the thing with Mo. We should have brought up the lady who did the old school tactic and keyed up a man's car. This is the most old school thing that will never go out of style.
I got that picture though.
Keyed up the woman's car. And said, she keyed up the woman's car and keyed it up and said, stop fucking married men. Women.
She did more than keyed. She smashed windows and.
She smashed windows. She just now she got to go to jail.
Well, you got to prove that she did it.
I mean, yeah. Women, why do we still? I said, why do y'all? still go at the woman and go at her for having sex with your husband or your man? Like, can any of the women explain to me that? Because Mo had to go. She had to take her son to school. Like, why are y'all still keying the woman's car and going at her for having... Now, unless it's your friend or a family member, like Soul Food. Like, you know, I remember Soul Food when Vanessa Williams lost her mind, and she was like, yeah, that's why family fuck my man. And I was husband.
It was like,
here goes Stacey Mitch. I had a girlfriend that happened to in the 90s. We were walking back to the car like, OMG. Yeah, like they went at your girlfriend's car. Like, it's like, I hate to say this, y'all. It's the cheater's fault. It ain't the person, once again, unless it's not a family member or a good friend. It ain't the person that got involved. It's the cheater's fault. Like, I don't advocate messing up anybody's car, but if you're going to mess somebody's car up, it should be the cheater's car. Wait, is the trunk and hood beat up? Yes, everything is beat up. Like, she went hard.
The windshield, the side window. She was a hoe. Stacey saying that, I guess she was I guess the point Mike's saying is, why are you mad at the girl and not your dude? Or maybe she did trash dude too, and I want everybody to feel it. Because I feel like you knew this person had somebody, so you aided and abetted. So you part of the problem. So I get that part too.
But then you know how dudes are. I had a comedian. What's her name? Oh, damn, I just worked with her. But dudes are like this. They get into a relationship with a woman. The woman catches feelings, and then they break the news. Oh, yeah, by the way, 3 months into it, I'm married. Now the girl that fell in love. And let's not just keep it with women. You know how many guys have lost their life because a chick told him she ain't have no man? They come to find out she had a man, and that man found out who the dude was. You know how many dudes have lost their life because of that shit? Bitches know y'all married. It's not true. She got her Jasmine Sullivan on. Bust the windows on the car.
And she can't spell. Somebody said to me, you notice she spelled married wrong? I said,
yeah, she did spell married, but you was probably so mad at that point. You know, it's hard to get, like, I'm not a good speller, but I can't spell when I'm in a good mood, so I can't imagine what that shit would be like if I'm furious. I ain't got my glasses on. How she spell married?
M-A-R-I-E-D. So she just left the R out.
She missed the R. She probably got tired. She was just like, you get the point. Bitch, you get the point.
You're a dumb bitch if you don't know a married man or what's so Stacey saying is no. So Stacey's with that smoke. I'm with you. I need everybody to catch it, to be honest.
Stacey, there's a lot of dudes out there who got women believe. Matter of fact, Shawnee told the story. Remember, Shawnee told the story. She ain't no dude was in that relationship, and dude, they was about to buy a house. I'm waiting till Shawnee tells the story. She told the story. Shawnee didn't know.
She told me on the show?
Yeah, she said it on the show. These guys be out here, real talk, and you will not know they married. They just got a weird schedule or something like that. Don't be a truck driver. You'll never know. What is the point of fucking with a person's whip? I don't know.
Well, I know that because I know that's an extension of you and that will hurt you. So if I flatten your tires, that's for a reason that I just inconvenience you and your pride and joy, your vehicle. Now you got to get 4 new tires. Or if I smash the windshield wipers, I know that's going to inconvenience on a rainy day because you're going to need wipers. Anything that can personally hurt you related to your car, I get that. Like, no, I get the vehicle.
But if I wind up proving it to you, that's why everybody needs cameras on their car. I wish I would have saved this.
Well, China got some. Okay, we'll revisit it.
We'll revisit it tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll revisit it. Stacey stay on her soapbox. So Shaquisa,
because I'm just saying, like, some women, like, everybody's like, she knew he was married. She knew. I know guys. Like, a guy can set up a really good situation and you will never know. Just like a woman can set up a situation. People, they are some great liars in this world that can get you caught up. And then by the time you caught up, you like, you in love and you like, what, you married? Making you spend money. No, what the fuck? But
I'm with you, Stacey. I don't care.
I always laugh. I always laugh because I had my car key too, but I got insurance. It got fixed.
But that was such an inconvenience and it hurts your pocket. So this is just the beginning of what can be next.
It got
fixed.
Fixed.
Keep on doing it. And you're going to keep on being inconvenienced. Leah Frazier's here. All right. So ladies, our resident attorney, our friend to the room. We love her. We was talking about meditation and hugging trees barefoot and naked. Mike was massages, but we're gonna bring on. I wanted to know about the lawyer aspect of Johnny Depp, and she popped in for us this morning. Good morning, Leah Frazier.
Leah Frazier in the building.
We miss you, all that good stuff.
All right, we're done at 9. So quickly, Leah, are you the type of person that if you find out your man is cheating on you, you will key the other woman's car?
No.
Okay,
that's not. It's not the other woman's fault. You need to be going after your man. Key his car.
The cheater.
Did she play a part though, Leah? She didn't play a part.
It depends. We don't know what the man's telling her. So sometimes we jump to conclusions.
Well,
and
now,
he may
now
not be telling
who
her.
She's dealing with too, though, right? And now she gonna know.
Why are we going after? Your problem is with the man. Key his car. I hate when we jump to conclusions. Now, if let's just say, for example, this is a woman that's your friend, or you brought her in the family home. She purposely knew you was married, and then she she had something with your man behind your back. Okay, yeah, go key her car.
Yeah, that's what I said. That's what I said.
I said
if it's sometimes we don't friend,
then go key her car.
Right.
But like but sometimes we don't know what the man could be acting single. The man could be taking his ring off. We don't know what he's telling the other chick. And then we go and we trying to jack her up when you really should be jacking the man up.
And I'm saying,
good morning,
the cheater, if you're going to catch it, and be careful, y'all, because y'all can't go to jail for doing this shit. Like, just understand, we're not promoting it. People have gone to jail for doing this shit. So there are women who are lying to men saying they not married. And I said, do you know how many guys have been killed because a woman said she ain't had no man and that dude found out? Like, it's a dangerous game we're playing, but we ain't got enough time for that. We'll bring you on for that.
We're going to revisit it with Shawn because she got stories. Yeah, so we'll bring it back.
I'm in a program in my therapy, right, Leah, real quick. I got to do this fast. So I go to therapy, then I go to group therapy, then I go to a therapist. But she, they have prescribed me medicine, but they're also, she just asked me, would I be interested in this holistic approach, like meditation and stuff like that? And I said, absolutely. I said, listen, I'm here. I'm down for it all. I don't care if I think it's weird. So then they had me hug a tree. So I've hugged a tree.
That's what I said at first.
To transfer my energy, I had to yell at the tree. Like, I had to yell. Like, we had to yell, and actually, and like, people were breaking down and stuff like that. But I felt bad because I was transferring my negative energy to the tree. And I'm my ass, like, literally, Leah, after I did it, I felt better, but then I felt bad for the tree. Like, I was like, why does the tree have to catch all this negative energy that I just gave out?
Why you gonna kill the tree?
So, and they told the story how there was a tree that everybody would go to, and a tree started dying. So now, and a tree
you carry energy with your words. You can, any of my plants that I have over here, if you know how people talk to plants, it's the same thing. You carry that energy. And so that's why I'm trying to figure out, well, why y'all killing trees?
So now when I go, but listen, after I did it, I'm not even lying. I was like, listen, man, thank you for just helping me. Right. And I put that energy. So now when I go out and I go to a tree, I just touch it. I'm not hugging the trees, but I do touch the tree.
I'm so proud of you.
And then they were like, I don't like walking barefoot in the grass.
No, you got to do it. You got to do it. Just make sure there's no dog poop.
Yes.
I do it all the time. I do it at least 2 or 3 times a week.
So now, before I leave here, because I go to my group after I leave here, I take my socks off and I walk in. I don't like walking in the grass with no shoes or socks, but I do it because I'm down. I'm down for whatever it takes to get my toxic brain working. I'm doing it. So I knew you were down. We got to get you back.
It's called earthing and grounding. That's what
grounding.
It's
yes.
Yeah.
Earthing and grounding. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Geese poop in Jersey.
But you know what? You can get, for anybody that's not comfortable in doing it barefoot, you still can get that same energy from the earth, like with socks on. But to get the maximum amount, you have to do it barefoot because then it goes directly through your skin.
CJ. So this is true, Leah. And Leah said it, I believe it. But Mike's saying it, I don't.
No, it's scientific. Like, there's a lot of energy that comes from the earth. And if you need, stress relief or your body's feeling out of balance, the first thing people say is take your shoes off and go ground yourself outside. But for me, I'm like, I'm gonna make sure there's no poop first, and then I'm gonna put my feet down. But yeah, it goes directly into the soles of your feet, which is one of the most open places on your body to receive anything energy and toxic too. So you got to be careful. But you can receive just great natural energy from the earth directly into your feet. That helps you immediately feel better.
You said what could be toxic that I got to be careful from?
Anywhere. So, just walking anywhere barefoot, that's enough.
Oh, okay, that type thing. Okay. No, I was thinking just walking up to the tree and then taking my my slides off and just go barefoot, like with my
real
slides.
Quick, Jay, hold on. Real quick. Everybody on IG Live, I can't bring everybody on IG. That's why I keep telling y'all, go to YouTube and put in Media Room 360. It's right. Or Facebook. Well, people say they're having problems with Facebook. It's on YouTube right now. And you can see everybody and you can hear everybody's conversation. I can't get everybody on here right now because Jay Black has an Android, which means he destroys everything. It turns into an echo chamber. And I think Leah's on her phone right now. So I can't get Leah directly on. But the next time I'll have her go on her laptop and then we can have her talk. Okay. Let's go to this Johnny Depp thing. I think it's amazing that Johnny Depp had enough time and enough money to actually take this girl to court based off the lies that she told, and I guess that's defamation of character. Jay Black had questions. What were your questions about it?
It was something about he won compensatory and punitive. Like, I don't know what compensatory and punitive is. Like, what's the difference in who won money, who didn't win? Like, I was just trying to understand. There was too many legal words for me. You know what compensatory and punitive damages is, Mike?
Go ahead, Leah.
No, I'm talking about you, Mike. You don't know.
No, I just know they damages. Go ahead, Leah.
So the compensatory damages are like your actual damages. So if he had like medical bills that he was able to present or loss of work. So if he could prove that by virtue of you saying this, I didn't get this gig or that gig, all of those actual damages that he could prove up in court, that's compensatory. Now, depending on what state you're in, then they have punitive damages that they'll add on top of that.
Yes.
So Texas is very like, we don't play with our punitive damages. And punitive is more so like, we're going to add this damage amount on top of everything else to deter anybody else from doing exactly what she did to you. And so the punitive damages, I have to go look at the actual amount, but normally punitive, I know in the state of Texas for some civil lawsuits, punitive damages will be like 3 times the actual damage amount. Like Texas is very out there. So one is actual and the other one is this is what the court is going to add on top so that nobody else, to deter anybody else from taking the same action that she did.
So Monique would do the compensatory. Like, because Monique would say, I lost.
DL would do that because she ruined the show for DL. So DL could go at her.
All right.
And then if they did punitive, it's like, okay, and we're going to add this extra amount on top of it because we don't want anybody else to go out and do what Monique did or whatever the situation was. So you're going to have what he actually suffered and could prove up. Let's say he doesn't get any gigs after this and he could say, I lost, $100,000 gig, $200,000 gig. They're going to add all of that up. Let's say, how she was talking about his health issues. Well, I have to go to my therapist and I have to do this many hours of therapy. They're going to add all of that together. That's compensatory. And then they'll add on. So I'm seeing this user here, like they talked about the state of Virginia, the damages are capped at $350. Let's say it was in Virginia. The judge could add the $350 on there just for punitive to say no one else can do what Monique did. So we're going to add that on top of the actual damages.
And then for people thinking, well, what did this affect Johnny Depp? Johnny Depp had an amazing deal with the Pirates of the Caribbean. Like he had a back end deal. The back end deal is where you make all the money. Normally, an actor will just get paid to be in the movie. The back end deal means you're getting all the royalties that the company's getting for the movie, everything that's ever sold that has to do with the Pirates of the Caribbean. So this dude was, I think, at $600 million, and the Pirates of the Caribbean dropped him. The movie they stopped him from doing that part. So yeah, I want that compensatory.
So if it was 10 million, then that means it was 5. It had to have been 5 million punitive because he got 15 million in total.
He got 15 million in total.
But he asked for 50. So
50.
Yeah.
But she won her case too, right?
She didn't win anything.
She won.
I don't think she
got
won.
awarded like $2 million or something like that.
She did not win anything.
I think it was like on one count or something that he was proven that he.
Everywhere I read, he got $15 million.
I know, but I think he walks away with 13 because she won 2. I don't know. I just know apparently it broke her or something that she's now going to be broke.
That's the other question, Leah, that I have. Okay. So what happens, because her net worth isn't even what she lost here the last time I checked it. If you can't pay it, what happens then?
Sometimes the court, like depending on who it is, like they can have a judgment issue. You can do attach liens to assets and things like that. So it depends if he wants to enforce the actual judgment.
Right.
So then that's a review of any and all assets that she has. And then, like I said, he could have liens. If she doesn't pay, there's ways to have the money extracted from the bank. So there's a lot of different things you can do. Yeah, but if she's just flat out broke, some people will try to file bankruptcy, and that's a whole nother animal.
I'm gonna find out why she got $2 million. I'm gonna find out why because that doesn't make any. Because then that
it was one case that if she was able to prove, the jury agreed that he said it was one thing that he did that she was able to prove. It was like 18 counts.
But just think about it.
Yeah, he did do that one.
But just think about it. She still didn't win because she still owes him $13 million.
Well, no, technically she did win her case. She won.
No, but what I'm saying, what I'm saying, that $2 million is gonna have to go right back to him to pay the 13.
But technically, her lawyer won. In some aspects, technically she won because she got one of those counts.
And just think about it. She paid the lawyer. Overall, she had to pay the lawyer probably close to $1 million to actually do the case, and now she got to pay this dude $13 million. Now
she was awarded $2 million. Yeah, that's what I think this is.
Can he, if she can't afford it, if she can't afford to pay the $13 million, right? That's left over, can he make it that whatever movie she gets, he starts getting the checks from any future employment that she gets?
That part I'm not sure. Sometimes you can attach your liens to employment for, but though I've seen more egregious cases where they do that. I don't know that he'd actually do that. I mean, they could do some sort of settlement plan or something like that where she has to pay him a portion of, whatever she makes. But I don't think that they'll do it like automatically.
Because 50 Cent is still chasing old girl down. Well,
I know, that's what I'm saying. But he's just doing
Tierra money. He still want his money from Tierra. She's like, you get it when I give it to you. I ain't got it.
But I think, you know what? And I thought it was ironic because people were like, why would you waste your time? If I have enough money, I do want to clear my name. Like if I got enough money, because, like us, all we got is cousins vouching for us. Like, we're like, yo, I really didn't do it. And you got cousins going like, yo, he really didn't do it. Like, Mike really wasn't there. But I ain't got the money to go to court to actually bring the person in to be like, to prove that I didn't do it. I thought that was amazing and I thought it was amazing the coverage you got, even though I watched it. Did you watch any of it, Leah?
I watched some of it, and it was a comedy show. I thought Johnny was having fun.
Yeah, Johnny looked really relaxed. He looked really relaxed, like in this situation. Like, I just thought it was that he was like, "You're not gonna lie on me. Like, we're really gonna go to court, and we're really gonna sit up here, and I'm really gonna cut this up." I would just love to know how much money the lawyers made off of this. And since we brought up Monique and DL Hughley on the lawyer side of it, if you're DL Hughley's lawyer, and let's just say you believe what DL said, that he was the headliner, and that basically what she did was she trashed him before he got on stage. If you're his lawyer, what advice would you have given DL? Would you have taken something like that to court? Because there's video.
I mean, if after the fact DL had problems booking gigs, or we could prove, like, oh, people in the crowd, they got up, they walked away,
right,
or the promoter came back and changed the money. If we could prove something like that, then absolutely. If it damages the show, so if they could look and see like, oh, the next morning, our listenership went down by X, Y, and Z, then he absolutely has a right to sue.
Ooh.
But you have to measure the impact. Some people are just so quick and you can't prove that it actually affected anything. So at this point, he needs to measure the impact of, I was used to getting 20 calls a week. And then after this happened with Monique, I'm down to about 2 or 3. Or I think of in the beginning, she kind of alleged that, it was because there were some things she was alluding to the fact that because she was a woman or it was something like that. So if, let's just say there was these like feminist groups or something like that started coming after DL, then that's really serious. And that can cause a lot of damage to his reputation. So absolutely.
And he did mention that. He mentioned that on a radio show about weaponizing her feminism. Yeah.
Yeah, his mental health. And so I know he was talking a lot about like how she trashed him for his therapy dog or his support dog. And if he can prove like I have to do a lot more therapy after this, or you messed up the show for me, like people didn't have a good time. They requested refunds. If he could prove any of that, then yeah, he definitely has a case.
Because that would have been Jay Black. Jay Black would have tried to get a refund. Even if he had fun. Jay Black would have enjoyed the show, and I promise you. I promise we would have been at the ticket box office. I'm like, Jay, let's just go. No.
I got time. I got energy for this. They need to fix this. No, I need.
Yeah, that was not. But I mean, I had friends that went immediately to Facebook. They were trashing Monique, and I said, look, I'm not jumping on anybody's bandwagon until I see both contracts. So I got a call yesterday that both were posted, maybe.
Yeah, both were posted.
And Monique's looked bogus. That maybe there was something with her husband, and DL's looked legit. Yeah. So I need to see both to figure out what my opinion is.
DL does that to people all the time. I don't know what he does. What does DL do? I don't know. But we gotta wrap.
There was a theory on social media when the case kind of like first broke that maybe he knew, and then him and the promoter behind closed doors, allegedly, this is all alleged, kind of moved him in that spot. They didn't tell Monique, and that she allegedly found out right before she hit the stage. Like that was kind of the conspiracy theory that was going around.
Well, we'll see, because I keep saying DL spoke on his radio show, and I saw that it's a long clip. At some point, we're going to have to play the clip. It's a long clip. I saw, and he explained it in detail, and he did well in detail. My whole thing is, if we want the absolute truth, somebody just get the promoter on the phone and interview him. And we would get the whole, but people made a good point. Mo said, the promoter doesn't want to get put out there like that. No. And that's when I said, I got DL money. We're going to go to court. If I'm telling the truth, I'm going to Johnny Depp the game. And I'm going to make that promoter have to get sworn in and have to say what really happened. Like, I would Johnny Depp the game if I was DL. I don't know what his net worth is, but I'm estimating 20, 25 million. You got his net worth, Jay Black?
DL Hughley's net worth is,
I'm gonna say 20.
Well, that only says that says 12.
12?
Yeah.
Look, we be downplaying 12. If I made 12, if I had 12.
Only 12?
If I had $12 million.
10 to 12, yeah.
I'm gonna repeat myself. Well, maybe he ain't got time. We ain't got time to be spending millions. We ain't got time to just be blowing millions just to make this thing happen. Yeah. We're gonna just let this one roll. We're gonna let this one just slide because if I had that money, I'd be good. Like, I won. Like,
and I know we gotta go, but Leah, we need to set up a day. We miss, people been talking about love card readings with
Leah Frazier.
I am better. And better. I have a new pendulum, so I can do like virtual energy through the screen.
We need that. Starting with Mike, since he's naked getting massages barefoot with trees.
No, y'all, I know we have to go. Right. But I had the weirdest request this morning come through before I came on for they want me to do sound meditations where clothing is optional.
Sound meditation.
Oh,
y'all know how I play the bowls and it helps people to relax.
That's what I've been listening to.
But
yeah.
But
I could do that for you.
But naked though, so some of them close, so they could come naked to you, and you got to stay focused.
And they said, "Are you comfortable with that?" And then when I went to the IG account, I was like, "I don't know if I want to see stuff swinging in my face while I'm trying."
How much is it? A nice check that you gonna give for it?
I don't know, Mike.
You should at least inquire. Do you know what area this would be in?
He said DFW with travel. So like, you know, it could be Atlanta. It could, and he said international as well. But
I mean, I'm not being nasty.
I would need shades.
Can you just let me know where the location is, just in case? I'm saying just in case.
So you would be virtual,
women, Mike. I think
they would be in the. Oh, it's gonna be guys too. So yeah,
no,
Mike, you didn't see that?
all men.
Oh,
but you're gonna be naked too.
No, she's the instructor.
Oh, never mind. All right. So, never mind. Forget it. I thought we was all gonna be naked. I thought everybody was gonna be.
I mean, the way the message was like, you too, but it's whatever you're comfortable with. We just need a sound. We just need the sound meditations.
So
and
you played the thing that I listen to at night on that
the
sound bath
bowls.
The bowl, yes. Yeah. Okay. All right. We got to get Leah Frazier back on.
Do that, boo.
Stacey, you funny as hell. Rodney Perry Live is up next. I'm on my way to my therapy group right now. You'd be very proud of me. And Leah, I gotta talk to Leah. I gotta call you. Okay. That's it. Love me for who I am, not who you want me to be, because I can never be that, and understand there's only one thing in life that's guaranteed: it will end. So enjoy every minute, every second. If something is funny, laugh your ass off. Fight for everything in this life: likes, views, promotions. Fight for your happiness and never let anybody take that from you. Thank you, Leah Frazier. We have to book you next week. We need your opening for next week. Love Cards with Leah Frazier.
I'm down.
And we got some other stuff. And then we're gonna do the nude meditation. All right, Jay Black, Leah Frazier, Shawnee Scott will be back tomorrow, and Sexy Mo. Rodney Perry Live is up next. Yeah. Michael Shawn and the TakeOver Legends, y'all. Thank you, Tam. Yeah, y'all.
Michael Shawn and the TakeOver Legends, where the truth hurts, but also makes you laugh.
Baby, tap in.